welcome to CapEd Makes a Podcast. I'm Jamie. I'm the social media specialist with CapEd Credit Union. I am joined by my friend Matt Johnson, Asia Anderson, and Andrea Kinslow. How's it going, everybody?
Hi there.
Hello.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all joining me this morning.
Thanks for having us.
We're excited.
Awesome. Well, I had you all here today because I want to talk about our new and exciting account that we just launched here at CapEd. It is the Ryze Youth and Young Adult Savings Account. Now, Asia, I know this was a little bit more of your passion project, your baby. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So we have a new product, which is what you said, the new Ryze Youth and Young Adult Savings Account. And it is for ages 0 through 25. And it is just something that we put together. We kind of just were brainstorming, and of course, with all good things, just started with an idea and then put it together a little bit more and just tried to figure out what we're missing here as a credit union and what is actually missing from our community and other institutions around the valley. So we have definitely filled that hole and came up with a really, really great product.
I love to hear that. What is your role here at CapEd?
Let's see if I can remember the new title. Let's see. I am a product specialist in the marketing department.
Andrea, what do you do for CapEd?
I'm a people development partner, so I support employees in their learning journey for their job duties and anything else that they want to learn how to do.
Wow, so fancy.
I like learning journey.
Ooh.
Speaking of journeys, that's kind of like our, what's it called? Like our motto for
A little
Ryze account?
tagline.
Start your child's financial journey. Open a Ryze Youth account.
Now, Matt is our marketing director. Is that your title?
Marketing and creative manager, I think, is my title now, but basically I'm CapEd's creative director. Yeah.
Cool. It sounds cooler that way.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of came up with all the graphics and the visuals of Ryze.
Yeah, helped with the naming process. Asia was a part of that as well. As some of you know, CapEd Credit Union has a hot air balloon called the Reach Ryze, which is part of our childhood literacy program. This is kind of a dovetail into that, where we in part of the Ryze account is financial literacy and establishing good financial habits for children. And so, it's not literacy exactly, but it is a form of literacy. And so we wanted to play off of the fact that we have this balloon. Obviously, kids get really excited about it. Part of the literacy program, we have the balloon go out to schools, and where we do inflations and things like that. And we have a kids' day during the Boise Balloon Classic every fall. So it's just a good brand representation, and it also is a good, metaphor for what the account should do for your child.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea, we kind of had you here more today because we wanted your perspective as a parent, as a mother. How old are your kiddos?
I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. So the 6-year-old is digging it. She loves getting paid for tasks through the app and getting her little savings punch stamp when she makes a deposit. She loved getting the fidget and the notepad for getting her account converted to the Ryze account. She's loving it. She's like, this is fun. I get money.
So Andrea, what are some examples of some chores you assign your daughter?
Clean your room, read, take a bath, brush your teeth. It's very, very good positive reinforcement to get things done.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
Yes.
How does she like being able to see it? Like, do you guys go on a device to look at, for our audience, we have an app inside of the CapEd e-banking. There's a little hot air balloon Ryze widget. And so once they have the savings account, they can then access the secondary add-on features, if you will, through the widget. How does she access that herself? Like, do you access it and then she sees it, or how does that work for you guys?
So we log in under her
Right.
and then go to the Ryze app and we do it together
Mhm.
because she's still pretty young.
Right.
So, but she can see, the pictures to assign to the task, and we talk about how much money she's going to earn
Yeah.
for doing something. And she likes to see the trophies and how they are animated. And
Yeah, the virtual trophies that children can earn once they get their tasks checked off. But does that
Yes.
help for her to be able to see it kind of in that fashion rather than like a check off list of something?
yeah, the visual I think helps a lot. The money, she's, just starting to learn like numbers and
The value of
yeah, but she can see that it's, growing, and she likes the place in the CapEd ranking. She was funny. She's like, I'm not 7 yet. I'm like, no, that's your place within the credit union
it.
and your
That's so
age
cool.
group.
I love that. That's very cool. I love that a lot.
Yeah. So she likes it. She had fun. We deposited some money, took some spending money, got a stamp, and she's liking it. And she likes it, the computer part, because at school they use,
Mhm.
the iPads
Yeah,
and
they're on
things like
devices
that.
now
Yeah.
at that
So
age.
and it's so user friendly too, even for younger kids.
So I wanted to go back to something you said earlier, just for anybody listening. You say when you log in to CapEd's e-banking, you log in as her. So she has her own login that's separate from yours. And
Right.
when you do that, she's able to see what she's doing and the activity in her account. Now, when you log in as you, what does that look like?
Well, I see all of my accounts. I see her profile, see my younger child's profile, and approve and pay those tasks, all that good stuff. So she's been submitting them, and I've been paying them. So it's cool. It's nice that we can see them from both sides. The kids side, their accounts, their stuff. She likes to have her own stuff. So it's nice that it's their own login. And then we have our separate.
And so the idea is as she gets older, and then I'm assuming eventually when she has her own mobile device or tablet or whatever, she would just be able to log in as herself.
Definitely.
I do want to add to that when the parent, like, so Andrea, when you're in it, and as you know, of course, but once a parent is in it with their child, so if they do choose to just log into it with their child, a parent can still assign and do tasks within that child's profile. A parent is able to do all the things, but the child, is limited. So.
Right. Definitely. Yeah. And I like that part. I can just, hey, here's a task. You did it. Good job. Here's some money.
Right, exactly. And
All done.
Right. Like you can check it off for them. They don't necessarily have to do that second
Right.
step if they're not able to, or they don't understand, or if you just are like, oh yeah, you did that. I'll take care of that for you.
Exactly. And that's nice for my 3-year-old.
Right, exactly. He just knows that he, swept something or cleaned something, brushed his teeth, but he's like, wait, now I have to go in? And you're like, nah, I got that for you.
Exactly. I got a toy. Yeah.
I mean, I know this is something I wish I had, even just like as a teenager. Eventually, I convinced my parents to pay us for good grades. I was never really like an A student, so I got rewarded for my Bs. But I feel like that would just make things so much easier for my parents to keep track of and see it, and then motivate me that much more too. Obviously, cell phones weren't like that interactive when I was in high school, but I think that would have been really cool. And I used to mow lawns and things, so I think it could have been really helpful. So I think knowing that and then having people have access to this, I think it's just going to make it that much easier for youths to be able to do all of this because they're already on their phones all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I feel like it fits for, you're born, your parents can do it for you. And then as you get older, you can learn.
That independence.
Yeah. And, you can, start creating a budget and really understand what that is,
The responsibility to grow with them.
Exactly. You can start doing loans when they're older. And I just think it's great.
It is great. It's almost like we did that on purpose.
I love it.
definitely setting up for success because it's like, unfortunately, you learn all those things the hard way, but now hopefully we can prevent that and they can understand it. Like I took financial whatever in college and I was like, man, like I wish I took this sooner because I was already past all that. I've already had my first loan. I've already done my taxes. Like I know how to do all of that, but now we're just starting it even earlier.
Yeah, just so that they have some awareness and exposure to it. And when it is ready for them, age appropriately, then it's there and they're ready to go with the support.
I think it's just great for everything because then you can, when you're older, you can get, the checking account if you want, get the debit card, you can see all of that one stop.
Yeah. And you learn like a loan process. You learn, I mean, it's through your family, it's through your parent, like they give you a loan. Air quotes for those
requests. They can request the loan. I do. I have, the feedback and FAQs for the frequently asked questions that we have had. Some of it was regarding the loan and that's a great feature for a child who maybe does have an allowance or a child that maybe is earning a little bit of money and they need a little extra for something that they want. And so they can go into the app, they can request it, they can say what it's for. The parent can set a dividend, an interest rate for it, and the terms of the payback. And so once that's agreed upon, then both, the parent approves or denies. I love that there's a section, right? Like, no, you have enough Xbox games. So I mean, it just, it's totally personal between them and within their own family dynamic of what works and what doesn't, and then they can go from there. It's another really cool feature.
I'd be curious to see, a year from now, how many families utilize that feature, what that looks like. Is there a maximum or minimum amount of the loan?
Not necessarily an amount, but they can only have one loan at a time. Okay. So they can only have, that can only be one open loan at a time.
And the interest rate is whatever the parent determines.
That's correct. Yeah. And so it could be nothing.
It could be zero.
It could be zero.
So it could be, in which case they won't learn anything.
Well, they'll learn how to pay something back on time. They'll learn to keep their word.
Yeah, maybe you'll start like small.
Right.
And then as it gets bigger, we'll tack on the interest.
And, the parent does have the option. So even if they do set it for, maybe this parent is a shark and it's like 30%. No, I don't know. Just kidding. But, whatever reasonable amount that they agree to. But at the end of that term, when that child has paid it off, the parent can just say, okay, I'm going to waive this dividend, or I'm just going to waive this interest rate and then give it right back to the child. But it still helps them to understand kind of the math and how that works and the principle and how long it takes to pay it off when you have that little extra on top of it.
Yeah, I do wonder if there's going to be a parent out there, 30%.
Wow. This is a cash advance, kid.
For real.
Yeah, I just like that they can see it and you set it up together because, we do loans all the time, but it's just like, okay, well, here's some money, go buy it. And then you can, pay me back as you do chores. And now it's on the app. Yeah, they can see it. They can
watch that balance go down.
Yes, they can talk about the terms, the interest rate. And I really like that you can give the interest back once they pay it off. That's super cool.
It's like an extra reward.
Yeah. That doesn't happen in real life, but this is a learning tool, so we got to be kind of nice.
Yeah. And maybe we're cutting edge. Maybe we'll find some institutions that are like, you did so good.
Who do we need to talk to?
So speaking of earning, the savings account earns, correct?
Yeah, I love the dividend rate that pays. That's amazing. 1%.
1%. Okay.
Yeah, on balance is up to $2,500, and that was one of the features. When we had done some community feedback on what are people looking for and what is missing and what can we fill. Like, what do people really want when they're opening an account? And people want money. I mean, that's true. That's just kind of a basic thing. The higher interest rate is something that is exciting because it isn't just people who aren't in a financial institution. They don't understand the ins and outs, but we had to figure out what that would mean for the credit union. We had to, being a credit union, it's everything that we have is also because the board approved it. You know, they saw that it would meet the need of our membership. And so all of that is just really exciting. So yeah, so the savings account is a 1% APY, and it's on balances up to $2,500. And anything above and beyond that, it's not like there's a max deposit amount. Anything above that is the 0.10. So it follows our cash stasher dividend rate for the APY on that one as well. So it is still more. It is still more than our regular savings account. So if you are 20 or 24, even if you only have maybe a couple years left for that, it's still worth it to come on over. And one of the other things that I want to talk about, which is kind of one of my favorite things, and is our opening deposit match. And when we had looked into what are other institutions doing, what do people actually want, how can we make this work, all of that, you know, a lot of times people will have, you know, qualifications. So you have to have all of these, I don't know, automatic deposits or all of these, you know, they're using it as kind of like a rewards account. And we really didn't want that. It just should be, hey, you're making a deposit. Sweet. Thank you for making a deposit. Let's reward you for that. So our opening deposit match is $25. So we will match up to $25, and you have 30 days to make those deposits. So even if you only have $5 to open your child's account, or, you know, you're 17 and you don't have money on you and you just come in with a couple bucks and open your account, that's great. You have within 30 days of opening your account, whatever you put in, we will match up to $25. So that's a really good feature, and you don't have to qualify for it. You don't have to do a backflip in our lobby for it. You just have to,
Like, if you can, please do.
I mean, we do love the entertainment, that's true. But yeah, you just have to make a deposit, make a couple deposits, you know, if they all add up, and we'll reward you with that. So I do really love that feature, and it's kind of unique for here. It's kind of not that a deposit match is unique in and of itself, but there isn't really anything like that around here. So come on over. We're cutting edge.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's so easy.
It's
Just
simple.
put some money in, and we'll
Throw
give
some
it
in
back
there.
to you too. We'll give you some more.
Well, now I want to know everybody else's favorite part of Ryze the account or Ryze the app.
I like all the money they get.
Oh yeah, because your kids are, so the
Yeah.
app is accessible to children who have a joint on their account. So our savings accounts at CapEd can be opened for anybody. I mean, all of our savings account can be really open to anybody, but the youth one is 0 through 25, like we've said. But if a child is 14 and over, they are not required to have a joint on the account. But to access the Ryze app, they do need to have a parent as a joint. So once that child turns 18, they then are considered an adult. So even if they have a parent on their account, they won't have access to that app anymore. But there are some exclusive app features, Andrea, which is what you started to talk about. So, which I got all excited. So yeah, you can make money. So just like what you were saying about with the ranking.
Yeah, the ranking and the match, like you said, and the leaderboard for the top 5. I was like, we gotta watch some videos. We gotta get top 5. We're at 7 right now.
Come on, 2 more rankings.
And I love that too about the app, that it's a money thing. Videos are included in there, and they're fun. They're cartoons. I mean, I've watched them as an adult, so I can't even. I would assume little kids would love them too, and how to save, and you know, they're aimed at all age ranges and whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
So
There are a good handful of it's a money videos. It's a money thing videos on our site for elementary age.
yeah,
And there is the whole allowance and how do I save money, or how can I even make extra money? And yeah, there's like these little caricatures. They're so adorable and they're so witty.
yes,
Like the writing
oh my
of it
gosh.
is so funny. It's so relevant. It's easy to understand. So yeah, in the ranking system for virtual trophies that they can earn, if a child is within their age group and they rank in the top 5 within their age group, which is 0 through 12 and then 13 through 17. They can earn an extra $25 as a quarterly bonus just by earning those virtual trophies, and they can earn trophies by doing their tasks. They can earn trophies by setting a budget. They can earn trophies by watching some of those videos like you mentioned. So it's easy. It's things, they're helping themselves with some education, and it's fun. And just by doing things they normally would, like their chores, they just now are kind of entering it and getting those virtual trophies, and CapEd will reward them for that.
Well, and I like it too because the videos, maybe they'll listen better.
It's true because there's like little kids.
Yeah,
they are fun.
exactly.
Even for like
It's
older
relatable.
ages, they're
Yeah.
funny. They simplify it. They make it that much easier to understand. Like I watch them all the time because I share them on our social media, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that makes credit so much more understandable because they break it down, like that kind of thing.
Yes.
I like the sarcastic characters. I
Oh,
relate.
yeah.
And there's always like that little clip at the very end after the credits, and it's like just one more little funny thing about a cat or something.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
They're awesome. I think everybody should be watching those.
Agreed. Thanks.
But through the Ryze app, we can get a trophy and earn some more money.
What's your favorite thing?
I don't know. I certainly wish I had access to something like this when I was growing up. Nothing like that existed. Of course, mobile devices didn't exist either, so that would have been problematic. But even the savings account, if you don't want your child on a device, you just want a savings account that has a decent rate or higher than what you can find most places. It's worth it just for that. So I think that's really great and something that all parents should be aware of, because I know there are some parents who don't want especially their younger children on devices. So don't let that be a deterrent. You can have this really great savings account. And then I just think, this was a really big effort on CapEd's part. It involved virtually everybody in the organization at some point or another. And we successfully launched it, and it feels good to have done that. So.
We launched it into the air.
Launched it. It has been 2 years in the making.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a 2-year project, so it was a big deal.
You kind of said also, like, obviously if you're not on devices and stuff, there's still a lot of rewards that can happen when you go into branches. Like we have the punch cards, kind of like a coffee punch card. Like anytime you go in to make a deposit,
Right.
you literally get a stamp on your little punch card. If you lose your punch card, it's okay. It's tracked electronically on our side too, so no worries there. But
It's good to know.
yeah, it makes it just that much easier and more fun and rewarding. And who doesn't love swag?
Yeah.
I was going to say we haven't talked about.
I know.
Because
We have
that's
some
my
really cool
favorite
stuff.
part.
So there's the money side. We talk a lot about that, but what else does a child get out of this?
Well, we got some goodies. I'm gonna say that's probably my favorite part. Is the swag, and I just really want to have like all the air horns, like wah, 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 swag. Except maybe not, because that's embarrassing. But anyway, we have really cool swag and gift items and stuff, and there's many ways you can earn them. Like you get a birthday gift on your birthday, and like I love getting free things on my birthday or birthday month. So I'm just gonna add it to my Sephora and add it to Ulta, and then I'll go into CapEd and I'll get my goodies. But yeah, AJ kind of knows all the things that we have and how to get all of the things.
We do have some really cool stuff. And I would just really like more people to come in and open accounts, because the more successful our account is, the more stuff I'll be able to order for you guys. And I want more swag for you guys. Yes, we have some really fun stuff. And you're right, within their birthday month, if a child is not on a device, if that does not work for that family, it's okay. We have notifications within our own system. So our frontline staff is well aware of when it is that child's birthday month, and they're welcome to stop in and grab a gift from what we have. And we have multiple things for all age groups. We have those little pop-it fidget ones, and it was, designed really for maybe younger ones or, our middle elementary, but we're not hating. If you want one and you're 17, please, take what works for you. We have hacky sacks. What? Who doesn't love a hacky sack? Yeah, water bottles, color changing cups. We have this is actually quite cool. And Matt and his team worked really hard on this. We have a new coloring book, and yeah, we're pretty proud of that. That has been something that's been chatted about for a long time. And It's kind of a mini one, but it is super cool nonetheless. And we have some local, the Capitol building is in it, and Boise Sioux is in it. And of course, our Ryze balloon is in almost every single page. It's everywhere. Yeah. So we've got tote bags, backpacks. Come get your stuff. So yeah, we have some really great things. And and you just already touched on the stamp card, but basically for every 10 deposits that a child makes, they are welcome to come in and then get rewarded with some more swag. So they're earning money by making those deposits. And then once they get that card filled up, they can come in and grab something. But you're also right. The card is just kind of a fun little tool, something to have as a visual that they could put in their new CapEd Ryze wallet. And but if they happen to lose it, then that's okay, because we do track it, because also deposits also count if a parent makes a transfer or a child is getting paid for their allowance. Those do also count. So anytime that there's basically money going into a child's account, those are counting towards their earning of a prize. So if you are not sure, you can give our call center professionals a call. I don't know what we used to call it, a contact center. And
Member contact.
Thank you, our member contact experience team. If you are curious as to where they are, we are able to see that on the system.
And when you finish a card, when you fill a card, you get a new card, right?
We have multiple endless cards.
So
you can fill up that
it's not
CapEd
a
wallet.
one and done with the card.
It is definitely not a one and done.
Yeah.
If you have 20 deposits, you can have 2 gifts.
Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha.
And then you can be like me, where I hoard all my free like coffee cards.
Right.
And I don't know. That wouldn't make sense probably.
I would
for
like
them, but
all the
yeah, I have like 5 free punch
You
cards that
never
come in. I'm
know.
like, I'll take a tote. I'll take a hacky sack. Give me
Yeah.
that water bottle.
totes.
Right.
The totes are really cute.
It's like
Yeah.
Ryze Christmas. I do
Oh, I
like
like
the I do like the Ryze tote bag. It's
They're like
Yeah.
canvas totes.
They're
Like,
canvas
trendy,
totes.
They're cute.
They are. I want one.
take
When
one
I'm
to
too
the
old.
library, recruit some friends.
Like, oh, yeah. Where'd you get that?
Yeah.
The farmer's market.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I know that we have some things that we have talked about that weren't ready to launch. And so I'm hoping that we can work out the refer a friend probably for Ryze 2.0. So
Okay.
we have some things also coming down the pipeline that wasn't necessarily ready to go, but definitely some updates that
Stay
we'll be
tuned.
making too. Exactly.
Heck yeah.
Well, where can we find all this information? I mean, we just threw it all at you, but like maybe you need to see it and find it and read it. And where do you find all the information?
Yeah, you can go to capedcu.com/Ryze for all of the information regarding the account. We have frequently asked questions. We have information on the account itself, information on the app itself. You can stop into any of your local branches. They are able to help you, walk you through it, and get you started in your financial journey.
We want to
Rise
lift
with
you off
us.
your financial journey. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here. This was so much fun. And I hope everyone gets excited to go start their accounts. Like, these Ryze accounts are super cool. And if you already have a savings account, you can convert it to a Ryze
Yeah.
account as well. So
Exactly. If you're within that age range, just convert it. We
Okay.
want everybody to
Good to know.
have access to these really awesome features.
And that's up to the age of,
It's through the age of 25.
so if you have a savings account and you're 19,
Please come in, yes,
Okay.
or get that higher APY and
okay,
free stuff.
Matches.
yeah, matches.
Savings deposit. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're
Good
in
to
that
know.
age range, do it.
okay,
There's no reason not to.
No, there isn't.
great, okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
The Ryze Youth and Young Adult account discussed in this episode is a deposit account and is insured by NCUA. APY referenced is the annual percentage yield.